So let's go further down the chart. We can also talk about married persons that have no children. So in the state of Texas, we follow the moiety system. The moiety system is an ancient system that was actually espoused by Thomas Jefferson in the United States that makes sure that there is some sort of heir, because if there is absolutely no heir whatsoever to be found, then what happens is a process called escheat, which will make your property go to the state. The state of Texas does not want your property. Well, the lawmakers of the state of Texas have made sure that the state is going to have a very hard time, even if they did want your property, because we will find an heir. And so let's talk about how this one would work in this part of the chart. So if you're a married person and you have your separate property, which is, as we've previously defined it, it's anything that's not real property, so not a house or a piece of property, 100% will go to that surviving spouse, which is the same as what we talked about previously. Now, let's talk about the real property. So that's where things get a little interesting. So on this one, the state is going to try as desperately as possible to find an heir and be able to work it. So the way the moiety works is if it can't go down. So at first it tries to go down into children that you have and grandchildren that you have and great-grandchildren. So it'll try to go down. If you don't have any children and you don't have any heirs further down, it will then go up. And so it goes up to your parents, your mother and father. So here, the decedent is survived by both a mother and father. Then what it does is it gives 1/2 to that surviving spouse for the separate property. And then equally, the mother and father will take 1/4 because they take 1/2 of the 1/2. All right, so now things will get a little more interesting. So if the decedent is survived by mother or father and siblings or the descendants of siblings. So it tries to go down. If there's no way to go down, it goes up. And then from going up, it will go out to your siblings. So if the descendant is survived by a mother or father, so has one parent that's surviving, and then they have siblings or descendants of siblings. So then it would be 1/2 to the surviving spouse, and then 1/4, so 1/2 of the 1/2 to the surviving parent. Remember, there's only one surviving parent. And then 1/4 to the siblings or the descendants of siblings, so nieces, nephews. So here, let's say that you had 5 siblings, you're one of 6. That 1/4 would be split into 5 equal parts. And the 1/4 to the surviving parent is not split because you only have the one parent. You know, this is some crazy fraction action we've got going on. All right, so let's say the decedent is survived by one parent, but is not survived by any siblings, or the siblings don't have any descendants. So let's say you are one of 3 children, you had 2 siblings, neither of your siblings had children, so there's no way for it to go down from having gone out. Then 1/2 will go to the surviving spouse, and the other 1/2 will go entirely to that surviving parent because they're your only living descendant, or your only living heir. Okay, so now let's say the decedent is survived by neither parent, so it can't go up, but there is a sibling or a sibling's descendant. So it can't go up, so it goes ahead and goes out. So you've got your siblings, and so 1/2 will go to the surviving spouse, and then 1/2 will go to your siblings or the descendants of those siblings, so nieces, nephews. So if the decedent has no parents, no siblings, and no descendants of the sibling, so it can't go down because there's no children. It can't go up because there are no parents that are still alive. It can't go out because the siblings are gone and they didn't have children, or there are no siblings. Then all of it goes to that surviving spouse.
I love the way how you explain that. You go down and then you go up and then you go out. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the community property. This is the same rule that we saw before. Because you don't have any children, it's going to go 100% to that surviving spouse.